In the upper right, our player down 1 game. He's the favorite, but we'll see if that actually turns out to be the case. In a little bit here, he is. This is definitely a player worth studying.
Yes,
he's
indeed
really, really smart. Now,
one of the best.
His opponent, the biggest underdog of the GSL, but he's continuing to have success. Will he get out of this group? We'll see. He is.
Party.
Party. Right there. Handsome guy.
He's got to be pretty still buzzing from that last win.
Yeah.
I mean, he was kind of outclassing jjakji in a lot of levels.
He did. He ended up winning that. But, you know, the thing is, I was really impressed. I was especially impressed by Parting because we haven't seen him perform that well yet. But I was so impressed by jjakji because actually he played beautifully. Like, if Parting had not played perfectly up to that point, that timing attack would have killed him.
Yeah.
It would have been it, man.
Well, I think that might have
his life would have been for ire.
That's true. But it wasn't.
No, it wasn't, man.
It was actually just for himself.
That's for
Shakuras,
man.
Yeah. Oh, real turbo nudes love SC2. Are these turbo nerds in the audience? I guess it better be a turbo nerd than like
a turbo nerd. What is a turbo nerd?
Well, the turbo indicates speed.
Yeah.
So
someone with a turbo button?
I'm a turbo nerd. I mean, when I play, I'm fast. I got APM. I'm not a, what would be the opposite of a turbo nerd?
I'm not a turbo nerd. I'm a nerd who possesses great haste.
You're a dexterous nerd?
I'm hasteful.
Maybe it's a clan.
Haster's gonna haste.
Whoa, jjakji's 9-1 on this map. What?
Well, you know what is actually, I want to talk about dual sight for a second. This is a map that 99% of games we see a 1-1-1 on from Terran. Like, Terrans love to all in on this map. But jjakji actually got gas and made a command center. So it looks like he's probably going to throw down a really quick factory here while he's expanding. So I'm really... Oh, no, a second barracks. But he has over 100 gas. What are you doing, jjakji? Jjakji.
He's not mining gas anymore. He has only
he only has one SCV on it. Yeah, you're all right. I'll let it go then. CV has 3 and he met barracks.
Just let you off the hook this time.
All right, jjakji.
You got lucky.
All right, GSL champion jjakji. I'll let you go this time, bro. Careful, though, in the future, man. I don't mess around.
All right, so we have a sentry at the ramp.
Party going gate robo gate. The safest build order in the game for Protoss versus Terran.
I've been doing this a lot, man. I love it.
That's all I do, Tasis.
Sometimes I just go up there with my 3 immortals and just kill them.
Oh, yeah. I would not be surprised if Parting tries an Immortal Bust.
It's funny because
really popular.
We were doing that back in the beta, and then we just stopped doing it.
Yeah. Well, his likely will be with an expansion. And, you know, this is a good map for an Immortal Bust because that natural's kind of wide open. And the more wide open the natural is, the better any Immortal Sentry attacks can be.
Yeah.
It really gets hard to hold those when you actually can spread things out and really get a nice surface area advantage. One of the few times you want that as Protoss. You don't want all your stuff bunched up. You can't really micro stuff back. Your sentries are going to die. You don't want that, Tasis.
I don't want that, man.
You want your sentries to live as long as possible. You want them to live for a century.
Oh, that was funny, man.
Thank you.
That was like nauseatingly funny. All right, we have this SCV coming in here.
jjakji, by the way, he has double reactor tasteless, and he has siege tanks producing. So it looks like we're going to have a Marine siege tank push, probably with a lot of bunkers.
It's interesting to see that in the game that he's down 1, he would go Marine siege tank.
You know, this map, Terrans do love all sorts of timings, whether it's 1-1-1 or, I guess, a build like this, Tasis.
All right, so he takes a peek in here, says, yep, there's an add-on on the factory, and it looks like my opponent's expanded. He'll click on the minerals and see that, in fact, that expansion was just now taken. And
it definitely looks like he's going for an Immortal Bust as well. He's adding 2 more gates. It's how much that you can basically do off 2 bases is 4 gates and 1 Robo Immortals. And he's going to be able to just barely pump units out of all those facilities.
What is your take on a bust like this when they're going Marine Siege Tank? Because normally you expect it to be Marine Marauder.
Yeah, you oftentimes do. How is his Siege Tanks, how are they going to be placed? Is he going to be targeting Siege Tanks on those sentries, or will he let them hit Immortals? You know, will he have bunkers? These are all the important things. That's what's going to decide it. I mean, this attack doesn't automatically kill jjakji, but it definitely has the potential to if he doesn't control just right. And it looks like, oh my gosh.
Oh man, they might actually cross like 2 ships in the night.
The observer saw it though, Tasteless.
Oh man. Now if he can catch these tanks when they're not in siege mode, snipe them, and then run out again.
Oh yeah, oh god, this is gonna, oh no.
Oh man, careful jjakji.
Oh, he's sending a Marine, that's smart. He needs to send that Marine up, Tasteless, because if he just walks up that ramp, he will lose. The game will be over.
Oop, he saw it.
Yeah, he should have. It's like, where's your units? Oh, they were waiting for me.
And jjakji wisely turns around.
And now jjakji's like, all right, this timing attack is not going to work. He's throwing up another barracks at home. And beautiful play there by Harding, getting that robotics bay. Very important to go. You need Colossus against Siege Tank Marine. That is really how you tear apart that unit composition.
So we're going to go back down to having a little bit of downtime here. Oh, wow. So, you know, jjakji was ranked 98th in the first half of 2011. He's ranked 4th in the second half of 2011. That's the highest increase that we have here at the GSL.
And I'm happy he's second. Not surprised by that. And it makes sense, too. You know, as we said, no one thought jjakji would win that GSL, and then he, like, crushed it. He made it look too easy.
Yeah, he played so perfectly. And he's also the youngest GSL champion.
Wow.
Because Leenock is not a GSL champion.
That's right. Because of jjakji. And, well, that's, yeah, you don't want to go in there. Even though he has the Immortals there, I mean, that is a situation which jjakji will actually just, if he targets the sentries with the Siege Tanks, the Immortals with the Marines, that just disappears and Parting loses the game. But as is, this looks like the game is normalizing very, very well right now. Double Forge, Colossus, bunch of gates, good composition. I love that jjakji, after his 3 tanks, after he realized that the timing wasn't going to work, he stopped Siege Tank production. He's going into a much more normal game, but he's going Ghost Academy very quickly. And against Colossus, I mean, obviously Ghost is going to be nice against Immortals, it's going to be nice against Sentries. It's going to be nice against everything to some degree, but really, his extra money needs to go in Vikings, and as I say that, he's actually throwing down is that his first starport? No, he is getting a second starport. Perfect. So that's exactly what he needs to do. Lots of medevacs, lots of Vikings. Smart guy, jjakji. You are so good.
Playing really well.
He is, and even if he loses here, man, he has played well in this series so far, super well.
Now, as you guys can see here, Parting is the only only player where it's first time in the round of Code S. 16, excuse me. Sen, Finn, Lucky, JYP, Slayers Brown, they were all knocked out in the previous set. Okay, now the medevac has been spotted. And being the smart player that he is, he says, all right, well, I'll just kill the pylon and turn around.
Yep.
That's the safest thing I can do that I still come out on top from.
Could be even sneakier. Just all right, so this is just a superbly played game so far. Parting is taking his 3rd, realizing, okay, now I have Colossus in my composition. I cannot die right now, but attacking into him could be a foolhardy thing to do.
Right.
Time to take another base. Continue my upgrades. Continue my amazing play. jjakji says, well, I guess I'll just do the same here. I'll continue to play amazing as well. And that's exactly what he's doing, producing 3 Vikings at a time. He has 3 medevacs right now. He has to be careful. If he loses any of those in drops, then he's not going to have 3 medevacs.
Wow.
Yeah, man. And
we're learning math right now, Artosis.
I'm practicing, man. I gotta.
You're like, because 3 minus 3 is 0, man. That's just the way it works, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Now, we have.
If you take any numbers away from 3, it becomes less than 3, unless they're negative numbers.
Yeah.
Take away negative 3 from 3. You know what you got? You got 6 Tasteless.
It's true. Now, we have the Siege Tanks, the Marauders, and Marines moving out on the map. If you notice, guys, Parting is in a little bit of a defensive posture.
He's playing
constantly
super well
scanning
with
over
it.
his own army. He wants to see if there's any observers. He says there are none, so he knows he can move very carefully. However, the observer does spot the expansion, the fact that there's no army there, which can only mean that the army's somewhere else on the map.
Now, an interesting scenario, jjakji is getting his 3rd command center, and right now, he's up over 25 supply. And that's like a lot of supply to be up as Terran. You have to be so careful as Protoss when you're engaged in an army like this with what you have. This is the part where Protoss is a little bit nervous. His Psystorm is just finishing up now. How many High Templars does he actually have? His +2 armor still on the way, but he does have one more upgrade than jjakji right now.
And Storm is so close to being done. It just now finishes.
Oh, look at that. Beautiful with the Vikings. If he can deal any damage to those Colossi and shorten their lifespan.
Oh, he's going in. Oh man, he's got to be so careful. Yep. He's got to be so careful. That little hole in the middle above the 3rd base just makes it tough for your army to kind of get over there and do the damage it needs to do. And that keeps those siege tanks fairly safe.
And this is just, jjakji's making it so hard for parting right now, using the terrain of the map against him, almost picking off that Colossi. Can he get it? If he gets a Colossus, man,
he does.
That'll be so good. Oh, huge EMP.
Oh man, I think jjakji just might be too good.
jjakji is playing like a god right now. Just beautiful play. Parting with almost no holes in his play, and jjakji finds exactly what's going on. Says, hey, you're playing a really great passive game, but you're a little bit behind on supply. This is where I can push you. This is the terrain where it's going to be hard for you to attack. He uses Vikings beautifully, a great unit composition. I'm so impressed.
Meanwhile, we got a counterattack up here, and he's going to hit that expansion of jjakji. jjakji just out of position right now, being a little bit too slow after winning that first battle. Has now been denied a 3rd base as well.
Parting does have to be careful, though. He has no splash damage in that army right there. There's not a single High Templar, not a single Colossi. And that means that Medivacs and Marines and Marauders are going to do pretty well against it. And here we go. Oh, this is really bad. Beautiful EMP going off there, getting a lot of sentry energy. And it looks like Parting is going to be destroyed right here, man. His army is not going to be able to beat what jjakji has on the field. GG. Wow. Oh my God, I am so impressed by these players.
Yeah.
jjakji, specifically in both these games, has just hit these intensely hard to hit timings.
I don't know if Parting could have done anything when that situation was presented to him to deny that push. You saw what he was doing with the Vikings. He was getting so many additional hits off on the Colossus.
Yeah. Well, you know what? When you go Colossus as your splash damage and you're getting upgrades and you're taking a 3rd base, you need to max out as quickly as you possibly can.
Yeah.
He got a little bit too greedy getting the Psystorm at that time. He should have been making some additional Archons. He should have been trying to macro up, get a few more gateways, and really push forward his army as opposed to trying to do everything at once. And jjakji just punished him for that at the perfect time.
He might have underestimated jjakji, because when you really look at the first game, I mean, he was doing so much stuff at once. He was getting to 2nd base, going quick forges, massing up gateways, and jjakji never really... jjakji almost had that moment once in game 1 where he could have overran his opponent, but then this time around in game number 2, no way. jjakji was playing perfectly.
Yeah, no, jjakji, and in fact, jjakji, let's not forget, Parting went gate robo gate, whereas jjakji went for... He did get a gas, but he went right into the command center. Gate robo gate against a command center without any real tech out in the map. That's a slight build order win for Terran, not a game win, but like an advantage.
Right.
So the fact that he was still trying to do everything at once, whereas in the first game he kind of fit that in just barely when they both went for the super fast expansions. This time it was one player with the faster expand. Of course, his supply is going to be a lot higher.
Look, man, jjakji looks so perfect in that game. I just don't know, actually, now.
So
if he plays the solid, safe style, I don't know if Parting could beat him, but we'll see.
Well, this map, Tasteless Daybreak, it's definitely a map where you can take a quick 3 bases, and if Parting can hit that max before jjakji hits him, before he bonks him over the head with his Marine Marauder Ball, then that could be pretty good.
Could be pretty good for him. All right, so Parting kind of, giving a little bit of a reality check there as to how good jjakji actually is.
Godly, that was just perfectly executed. Guys, you need to study that game if you're a Terran having a hard time with Protoss. jjakji just God, that was good.
Oh.
Nerd chills, man. I got them.
Well, I love when I see a game that's that perfect. You know, from both players. All right, guys, it's time for the final game. Who's going to win, jjakji or partying? I have no idea, but I know it's going to be an awesome game here in the GSL Code S.